Hey, you guys. You obviously can't see me, but by my sausage hands today, it's literally me. I'm Bunny. Sometimes by myself, sometimes I say stuff, and sometimes I do stuff. What's up, guys? It's just hands today. Let me fix my shit. Here we go. Okay, so today we are going to be going through my compacts because I just kind of want to show some off a little bit. I have a love of compacts, and it is something that I try not to hoard, but my collection is getting like a little bit, for me, big, and I don't use all of these things, and so I want to kind of talk through what I'm thinking about giving away, selling, decluttering, all that kind of stuff. But I do have some really cool ones that I kind of want to show. So if you like compacts like me, this might be interesting to you. And I'm not going to try and swatch a lot of things, but we're going to talk about the products and maybe why I'm keeping them and maybe why I'm not keeping them. So if that sounds good to you, let's get started. I'm first going to talk about some compacts that I think are supposed to be high-end but don't feel that really high-end. So here are four that I have that are very well-known brands and are high-dollar items, but I just feel like the packaging is slightly, like, could be a little bit better. Now, let's start with good old Christian Dior. This is one of their nude bronzer series. I feel like this compact, look, there's going to be something you're going to learn about me. I don't take the film or the plastics out of my things, and I'm so sorry. I know that like really irritates a lot of people, but you know, for some reason, I am just one of those people that like to keep things pristine, even if they are used to all hell. But anyway, you might see a lot of these or some film mirror things floating around, and I apologize. This is one of the Dior nude bronzers. I actually love this bronzer. This bronzer is absolutely gorgeous. I use it all of the time. I'm trying to keep the embossing in. I'm doing a pretty good job. This is a beautiful bronzer. It has a little bit of luminosity in this darker shade in the middle, and then the outside is like kind of matte, and it just gives like a really nice balance to the face. The color looks really good on me. However, this compact is like a plastic, and I just from the name would think that this would be a higher end compact. Now, I know what you're saying. If you know anything about this line, the nude bronzers were kind of made to be a sustainable, like you can pop this out and put a refill in. So maybe that's why the packaging is a little on the lighter side, because the whole thing was to cut down on waste. And so maybe they made this compact that way. But anyway, it's a really beautiful bronzer. I'm definitely keeping it, even though I think the compact could be a little bit nicer. Let's go to the Giorgio Armani Luminous Blush. Again, another one that I'm keeping because I love this blush. This is a beautiful, oh look, I still have the sticker on the mirror. This is a beautiful luminous blush. The color is amazing on me. I really do like it. This is in the shade 51. I believe it's Amore. I really don't have a problem with this compact, but it is plastic, and I would just like it better if it was maybe, I don't know, a ceramic or something, because I think when you're paying upwards between $30 and $50 for a blush, it should be like a little bit better. However, the overall design of this, I do think it's really nice. I do like how it's kind of like angled and has the little emblem on the end. I do think the logo looks nice. So, I mean, I am keeping this, but I do feel like the packaging just could have been a little bit nicer. All right, Mama Pat. So I'm also keeping both of these. Okay, this is going real well as far as decluttering, I know. I am keeping these because I do feel like this bronzer, this is one of the Divine bronzers. I can't remember which one, but this is a really nice bronzer. As you can see, the embossing is getting a little bit faded. I use it a lot. I do feel like you have to use a lot of product to get a lot of payoff with this. And then this is one of the Divine blushes. This is a beautiful blush. I do feel like this color is a little bit light on me, so I do have to build the product up, but it gives such a beautiful like sheen to the cheek, so I can use it as a blush and highlighter together. So I am going to be keeping these. But you know, the first time I got a Pat McGrath compact, I was kind of like, really? You get those mothership palettes and they're so heavy and weighted, and then you get a compact and they're literally just plastic and kind of lightweight, and just, you know, there's just something about them that like leaves to be desired. But the front is very pretty, especially on this one, and this one's kind of minimalist. So I mean, like, they're not terrible, but I do feel like Miss Pat could do like a little bit better for us people that are spending money on these. Okay, let's talk about some high-end makeup that has beautiful packaging. These four are like some of my favorite compacts that I have in the high-end category. So let's start with Chantecaille. Everyone knows that this is a very prestigious brand. This is the blurring setting powder, very famous all over YouTube. You can see I have used it. I don't use this so much anymore. I found out that loose setting powder kind of works a little bit better on me, but this is a really nice one if you have like a dense brush to buff out. It does blur like really, really nicely. This was their a limited edition compact in this powder. I actually had the original powder in their Pebble compact, and if I still had that one, that would have been in the previous category, because I felt like when you're paying $78 or something for a powder, it should come in a really nice compact. Then they came out with this limited edition one with this hummingbird, and it's absolutely stunning. Like, I had to buy this. It was super, super beautiful. It's kind of heavy, but it is plastic, but there's like a, I don't know, there's like a resin on top of here that just gives it that little, see, like if Giorgio Armani would have done that, like, or even Pat, like just put that nice like resin gloss on the front to give it just like a little bit more, that would have been something. This I'm definitely keeping. I have thought about reselling it in the past because I don't pull for it a lot, but man, I can't give up this compact. It is so freaking beautiful. This next one is a Tom Ford bronzer. This is a very sleek, minimalist design, and that's why I like it. I do wish that this was like a ceramic. It is a plastic, but the inside is absolutely stunning. I still have the film on the mirror. You can see I have been using it, but it has a gold inside. The embossing is really, really nice. I love how the logo is across the opener, and I do really like this kind of glossy white all over it. It's definitely keeping this one. This is the only Tom Ford product that I have, and I do want to keep it. So this one is staying. And then obviously I'm going to be keeping these two things. These are so gorgeous. Some people really don't like this Gucci bronzer. I actually don't mind it at all. I think the packaging is A+. A+. This is a nice ceramic with a metal container. It's lovely. I still have the film on the mirror. It's a lovely embossing. You can see I've used it. You can't even see the logo anymore. And then you can pop this out, and there is a little brush on the underneath. I've used it once. I don't really use it anymore. I have a bronzer brush that I like, but this is absolutely stunning. It's weighted. It's thick. It has all the details that you would want to see on a high-end bronzer compact. So definitely keeping this one. And then this little gorgeous, this is my Gucci blush. This thing, okay, so I love this compact. I love this compact. It is, again, with that really gorgeous ceramic high gloss top. It's the metal around the outside. It's weighted. I love the size of this. It's like really, I love this packaging, except for the way that you have to open it. I don't like how you have to do this, because if you can see, my thumbnail has nicked the inside of this blush like several times. And if there was any like note I could give about this, I would say please make it a little bit more easy to open. But this design, I just can't. With the stars, the gold, kind of like the blush pink, I can't. Like, I love this little guy. Definitely staying in my collection. All right, let's talk about my melt compacts. So, okay. At first, I don't know if you caught the video where I had bought this. I'm trying not to show the ring light. It's very, very hard. This is a melt bronzer in the shade Santa Cruz. I actually got this on Mercari because Santa Cruz was sold out on their website. Now, this is a very beautiful, I'm trying not to get a reflection. This is a very beautiful high shine gold compact with a black kind of graphic on the front. And this is a gorgeous compact. When I got this, I felt like it was luxurious. I felt like I really got my money's worth. I bought this because it was a matte bronzer, and you can see I used a little bit of it, but like, I don't know, guys. After all the other bronzers I have, I don't know if I like this one as much. Like, I don't know if I don't like the way it blends onto my skin. I really do like the color and the fact that it's matte, but I don't know. I'm probably going to be letting this one go, sadly. I love the compact so much, but like, I literally, every time I go and use it again, I like, please let me try and like save it. I go and I look in the mirror like halfway through the day and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. So I maybe no on this one. All right. And then these two, I'm going to keep one and I'm going to get rid of the other one. These are the highlighters, the digital dust highlighters. And I actually, even though these are plastic, I love this compact because it's a matte black with like a very plain kind of gray. It's not even silver. It's just gray logo on it. These are plain. I like these. They're heavy, even though they're plastic. I don't know. There's something about them that I like. Plus the insides, again, I still have the film on. The insides of these are absolutely stunning. Look at that embossing. These are so freaking gorgeous. Like, I can't. Like, but the thing is I don't really wear highlighter. These are really nice highlighters. Like, if you are a highlighter person, these are really, really nice. However, they do emphasize a lot of texture on my face. So I do not pull them every so often. Like, it's a hard thing. I want to because they look so pretty on the skin, but they really do emphasize any texture. I don't know which one I want to keep. Let's swatch these real quick and see. So here are the two colors. I don't know. I want to keep one and get rid of the other. I think I might have to keep this one. This is the top color. Oh, it's so hard. I don't know. I think I'm probably going to keep this one, and then this one is probably going to have to go away. So that's just, I'm sorry, Melt. I have a love-hate relationship with you, and sometimes you're really amazing, and just sometimes, I don't know. But yeah, I think these two guys are going to have to go. This maybe should have been in the category of like high-end with cheap compacts, but it's not really because, okay, if you guys caught the video of when I bought this during the Sephora sale, this is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Face Palette. I actually said that I didn't like it. But now that I have time to play with it, I actually really do like this one a lot. I use the bronzers and the blushes more than any of these three top ones, so I don't know if I really got my money's worth on that, but I really do like the way that they look. And this is kind of convenient because it does have two setting powders and a highlighter in case you want it, so you do have a full face palette in this. And initially, whenever this arrived, you know, this was like $82 or something, and I was expecting like a really high-end tin compact, and I felt like this was more of like a Altoids container. But now that I've had some time with it, it's actually really nice, and I'm kind of really glad that I picked it up. So you're definitely staying, Mr. Elephant. Oh my God, I know, right? It's freaking Too Faced. Too Faced has such a weird relationship with a lot of like makeup people on YouTube, but this compact is everything. This compact is everything that you want. This is a beautiful kind of like matte brown, but it still has like a little bit of sheen on it. The logo is raised in gold. It is super gorgeous. It has this beautiful little heart opener. It's lined in metal. This is a gorgeous compact, guys. Like, I can't lie. And the bronzer, for being a matte bronzer that totally smells like chocolate, guys, like seriously, I know this seems kind of cheesy, but this this is everything, guys. Like I know Delia LaFay, this is her favorite. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This is her favorite. I think she hit pan on hers. I had to have this compact because it is absolutely stunning. Like, it's thick, it's heavy, it feels so luxurious, and I mean, I love this one. This one's definitely staying. Okay, so away from blushes and bronzers, I've got two Rowan compacts that I'm really trying not to show the ring light, but it's really, really hard. Okay, these are two Rowan quads. I have it in Gold Lust and then 52 Degrees. These are cream eyeshadows, and this is a hard one for me too. I totally fell on the Rowan train when it was kind of like coming up on the scene and everyone was using them, and I thought they were just so pretty, and I love like a cream shadow, just one and done type thing. I love the size of these little guys. I thought they'd be great for traveling and everything, so I ended up buying both of these. They both still have the film on the mirror. So these are cream shadow eyeshadow palettes. Obviously you can see this one in Gold Lust is like a warm color story, and then this 52 Degrees is a cool color story. I like them. I don't love them. These run about $50 a piece, so it was kind of like a little investment for me, but I am going to get rid of one of them because I'll tell you what, I do not reach for these very often at all. I think the compact is super cute. It's like a gray reflective mirror, and I like them, but I don't like the formula as much. I'm going to be keeping the Gold Lust because if you can see this one, this is the only shade that has like a lot of glitter in it. And I say glitter, it's like sparkle. But these other three shades don't have as much sparkle, and they're very pretty on the eye, like gorgeous, but they do crease on me like really, really, really bad. But these ones are definitely more doable for me than this one. I loved the idea of this color story, but oh my God, I have glitter all over my face when I wear these, and it's unfortunate. It's just not my style. I do think these colors are really pretty, but the formula's not for me. So I am going to be getting rid of the cool 52 Degree palette from Rowan. I'm so sorry. All right, this is a weird one because this is actually not Makeup Forever, but I do want to show this one off because I love the product that's inside. This is not Makeup Forever. Makeup Forever, because they're a professional makeup company, actually sells a lot of empty compacts so that you can put different things into it. And I do have a Lethal Cosmetics blush in here, and they come empty, so I needed somewhere to put it. This is their Luminous Blush in Ornamental, and guys, this is such a gorgeous blush. I have used it pretty much, so a lot of the pearls are kind of off the top, but this is so beautiful on. It is super pigmented, but like, I don't know, blends like a dream, but like has such lasting power, and it has such a beautiful glow because of these like little rosy pearlettes inside. This is so gorgeous. I'm obviously keeping this one because Lethal Cosmetics is just, I will never get rid. Okay, another very reflective. I'm so sorry, this is like not really happening. This is another one that I am definitely keeping. I just kind of want to tell the story about this. Haus Labs has some really gorgeous compacts, and I had some of their bronzer compacts because I loved the way that they were designed. They were this shape, this design, but the front had like a leathery, like with a embossed H on them. So they were like a leathery top. And then this one is like a blush with a mirrored top. And then the highlighters have an iridescent kind of cloudy top. And I love the way that that series is designed. I think these are really, really beautiful. When I went to go buy one of the blushes, I ended up getting one that I do not have the color in anywhere similar. And let me tell you, this blush is so pretty. Every time I put it on, which isn't often because this color is kind of like, I don't know, daring, it always just, it gives that beautiful kind of edgy flush that I really, really like. And I'm so glad that even though these are like $35 or $38 blushes, I'm glad I spent the money on something that I normally wouldn't buy, because now every time I use it, I'm just so shocked at like how beautiful it is. So definitely keeping this baby. This is in the color Acai Sky, if anyone is curious. Okay, this is the last compact in this video, and you're probably looking at it and being like, what the heck is this? Guys, I told you at the beginning, I have a love of compacts, and this is a little story for you. I actually got this compact on Etsy. This is a vintage 1919 compact from Charles of the Ritz, New York. Now, if you don't know what that is, Charles, I think his name was Junt, I can't remember, but he was a hairdresser in New York City in the 1900s, and he was so sought after as a hair designer, he started making his own cosmetics. And that started the whole kind of idea of high-end cosmetics. People were going to this salon because it was the only place to get these makeup items. Hair salon was actually in the Ritz-Carlton in New York, so it was just a very high-end place to go get makeup, and it took off so well, and there was such a high demand for these like expensive luxury makeup items that the company was actually put into Saks Fifth Avenue in New York, and then that was the first kind of high-end makeup line. And then if you do some research, it goes into a long story of other high-end brands and then drugstore brands and like all of this, but this was the first high-end luxury makeup company. And this is a powder compact from 1919, and what is hilarious is there is actually still some setting powder in there. Now, I have plans for this. I just haven't done it yet. What I want to do is take one of my Ofra bronzers, my favorite Ofra bronzer, I think it's Rodeo Drive, pop that out of the original palette and then put a magnet on it and then put it inside of here so that I can have it. I know when I bought this from the seller on Etsy, they said that this would be a great compact to go get refurbished, or what do they call that when they take something vintage and kind of whatever. I might do that, but I might not. I kind of like that it's like worn and it has the original Charles of the Ritz, New York on the bottom. But this is kind of like a prized little thing in my compact collection. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you, even though it's not really functional or being used right now, but I do have plans for it. But that is how much I love compacts. All right, that's all I have for you today, guys. I feel like I didn't really get rid of a lot. I can't help it. I love my compacts, and I really do love my makeup. So that when you love makeup, there is half of it is liking the packaging that it comes in, but the other half is actually loving the application on your face. And I hope that me going through all of these, you can see what I do actually love using, and then the ones that I got rid of, and that's why I'm getting rid of them, not because I don't love the compacts, but because I don't love the application on the face. But yeah, that was what I have so far, and I'm just looking forward to growing my compacts some more with low, mid, and high end, so maybe one day I'll have another one of these videos for you. If you could please like this video, it really does. God, my thumbs look so fat. Bah! If you could please like this video, it really does help me out. If you could comment down below on if you found any of this interesting or if you like any of these products, that would be awesome. And if you could subscribe so you can follow all of these antics, that would be the awesomest. I love you guys so much. I will see you on the next one.